Having a Kundli in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that you can book a Kundli PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundli PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundli PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Now let's discuss the fire zodiac sign. Aries ascendant. If you are an Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign, then Jupiter combust is happening in your third house. When Sun, which is your fifth lord, is in the second house, it kind of empowers the Jupiter, it rules the Jupiter, and Jupiter's energy is slowly fading away. Now, Jupiter is your ninth lord. When ninth lord and fifth lord are in conjunction in the third house, this is the time when this is going to confuse you a bit. This is going to discourage you at many fronts. This may give you false confidence for different angles of life, and where you are supposed to act in that place, you might feel a little underconfident. Third house is also house of siblings. So this may create tension between you and your siblings. Short distance travel is definitely going to happen, and sometimes it can create fight because of your knowledge with your supervisors. Say you are fighting with your boss on a particular topic. You have an argument with your elder brother or you're with your father on a certain point of view. Understand that Mercury is also in the Gemini zodiac sign, and Mercury is going to sweep away out of Gemini and move to your fourth house, which means the communication will be the biggest problem here. So while you are speaking, while you are communicating with someone, you need to be very, very cautious about your language, about your body language, about the sentences, and this is going to affect anybody who is at one arm distance. Sometimes people whom you trust are not available, maybe for genuine reasons, but you will understand, you will feel that they are kind of betraying you. You know why? Because for fire ascendants, there is a very strong power of Mars and Ketu. For you, your ascendant lord, Mars, will be with Ketu in the fifth house, which means this is definitely going to create a crisis, and there has to be some sort of crisis management. And when I'm making this video, I'm telling you in a very generic sense. This can be happening at a very smaller level, but the glimpses will be seen either on personal or professional side. Travel, especially short travels, may happen forcefully. Say for example, you have to travel because of a command from an authority. I will say just execute that, but be very careful while you are driving, especially ego driving. Display of power and authority should be avoided. Remember, your ninth lord is invisible, and Jupiter being the 12th lord can make you very impulsive in spending. You may overconsume few things, you may overeat few things, you may buy and realize that you already have that object. So here the analysis will be to keep a control on your itchiness in your hands to actually execute a task. Rather go slow, find the right platform and execute things in an orderly manner. Saturn is in your 12th house, and this same Saturn will become retrograde in the month of July. Venus is also going in Bharani Nakshatra on your ascendant. So you understand the gameplay here. Venus can make you more intensely attentive towards the finances. This can make you a bit greedy. This can make you very confident about your decision on a certain financial matter. That confidence can fetch you losses. So what you have to do, you must counter it, go for a peer review, discuss this matter with subject matter expert, and see if there is a common intellectual, ground achieved by you and some other people also. What this will do, this will reduce the chance of errors and will produce positive results. Leo. In case of Leo ascendant, the Jupiter is gaining the strength in the 11th house, and the Sun, which is your ascendant lord, is actually in the 10th house, causing Jupiter to go combust. Now what will this do? See, Jupiter rules your 5th house and Jupiter rules your 8th house. So all the speculative gains, the assumptions, the ideas, the future planning, the notion in your mind, all the plans that are in your head comes under scrutiny. Scrutiny by you. Sometimes what happens that you may override some decisions that you have taken for yourself. You may sabotage your own plans because it is your own ascendant lord. It is you who is making Jupiter go combust. That means if Jupiter wants to expand the duality of the Gemini, it wants to bring diversity, maybe the Sun, which is against diversity, which wants everything under one roof, may take over and reject that diversity, and you may shelve some of the plans related to your business, some of the plans related to your own life. This may stop you from taking a certain change, or you may postpone something. Now, postponing something is actually a good idea instead of cancelling something, because once Jupiter is out of combustion, you may better realize whether that decision was actually right or wrong for you. With 5th house getting combust, this may create tussle or problems with your children. This may create difficulty in manifesting your own desires, and your ego can create problems in social circles. So if you show a lot of ego, if the communication is very strong and dominant, see, on one side this can dominate somebody else's knowledge. Say there is a genuine feedback coming your way, you might say, I don't care about the feedback, I know what I'm doing, I know what if I'm right or wrong. See, in certain cases this can go right, but in certain cases, especially if you are a young person below 30-35 years of age, then this can create problems because you may not have that much of experience. So before saying that I am the best, you have to prove that you are better than the rest. And overall, over-promising, over-compromising, ego-based shopping, ego-related spending, believing too much on your network circle, and trying to show that you are the best more than what you are trying to display will be your biggest mistake. And this will happen because of the confidence hit by Mars and Ketu on the 1st house. So you have to be careful there. Now for Sagittarius, Jupiter is getting combust in your 7th house. Now for you, your ascendant lord is Jupiter and your 9th lord is Sun. Now this is a very complicated situation because your 9th lord is taking over your ascendant lord. So it's not that bad. Although it creates some impact in marriage, partnership, relationships, it creates misunderstandings, communication challenges. You might feel a little unhappy. See, Sun's heat take over the control of the 4th house, which means you will not understand where to operate from, how to operate, how to execute, especially in terms of businesses. 7th house shows a legal contract. So you need to be very careful in terms of legalities, in terms of so I will say that you will have to show an idealistic behavior, or at least try to be idealistic in your life while Jupiter is in the 7th house. Your ascendant lord is weak, so there can be circumstances that are more overpowering. It is the time to surrender and give yourself completely to the divine goddess. And at times you will feel that you are going to give up. At times you will feel that you are not being supported. At times you will feel that a higher power is dominating. So allow that higher power to dominate you, provided it's a genuine higher power, it's a genuine God. Otherwise, what will happen is that you may idealize somebody and you will follow blindly what others are saying or that person is saying, and that can be dangerous. Also, you will be finding a difficulty in digesting or understanding certain situations, and that can put you into a dilemma kind of situation. Dharma sankat, as we say. Whether to execute task A or whether to execute task B, both A and B seems to be right. Which one to follow? There is a doha that Guru Gobind dau khade kake lagu paye. When God and Guru are standing, whose feet should I touch? That is the dilemma when Jupiter becomes combust. But I will say it's not that negative for Sagittarius ascendant, because it is your ascendant, it is you getting surrendered in front of your divine house, 9th house. It's just that you be careful with your opinions, you be careful with your expressions, and if you're polite, if you're humble, well, this is not a negative transit, it's a very positive way to live your life.